Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the series. And today we are going to be sculpting eyes. And if you've not been following up, we were sculpting nose and mouth, and today it's eyes. So if you've not watched the other videos, you can check the link in the description below. And let's get started. So I'm just gonna use my clay builder brush, and ooh, it's too dense. So what we're gonna do is like try and increase this a bit. Yeah, I think this is better. This is low enough. And if you're just following up, what this is just go to geometry and go to Tessimate, and you can find it under here. So what's actually doing is actually just reducing the polygon for me and still keeping all this together. So yeah, let's do this. I'm having excuse me. Sorry guys. Okay. So we are just gonna dig where the eyes is supposed to be. So maybe somewhere here. I'm just digging with clay build-up and smoothing. So what I'm trying to do here is actually trying to find where the bridge of the node starts from. So it has to be the center of the eyes has to be between the nose, like in between the nose, like before the bridge, if that makes sense. So that's what we are trying to do. And the eyes is not just the socket here, and the socket is really big because this is where the eye socket is. It's this big, but what we are creating here is not the eye socket. It's just where we can place our eyeballs, but we have to put that into account when making the eyes, because that's what actually shaped the eyes. So, and we have like a rough input here. So I'm just gonna dig some more. And smooth. And the next thing we're gonna do is just import. I'm just going to insert a sphere 3D and scale this down a bit. Put this in, scale this up. Yeah. Now I see, like I said, just make sure it's in the center, dead center here. So we could just take this up a bit. Yeah. Just to get the shape down. One thing we need to do also is actually get the shape of the eyes, like from the socket. Let's get the shape of the socket right, and that's because nobody's eyes is like this. So it's like we need to get the eyebrows set up. So there's this shape that I usually just try and get, which is, like I said, I'm not really savvy with anatomy, but we're just trying to get the bone structure right, because if we don't do that, it's just gonna look weird. And if this was an anatomy class, I would like bring a reference, but I just want to just give you uh the pipeline, as in the structure, the plane structure, because there are planes here. So we can just try and get those planes, because now we are trying to get the socket from here goes down here like this, and the muscle actually goes from here down to this aspect, and that's the socket of the eyes. And this is the cheekbone. Even as in on a stylized character, you have to actually follow these rules, because if we don't, we just it looks weird. So we are just gonna get let's just mask this and just pull this out a bit. Yeah. So now we have this. There's this eyebrow. Yeah. So that helps in like shaping the eyes, then followed by the eyelids and the rest. So now we have like some structure to work with. So we just nothing really fancy, just moving to just get the shape. So it's yeah, we're just trying to get that shape. Mm, yeah. And to let to help illustrate what I'm trying to do, I'm just going to bring this here. Now you can see there is a shape going down here, and that's what we want to get. Because without that, it's not just gonna work. And you can see the eye where the eyebrow sits. It's like it comes out, and the eyes is inside here, and you can see the eyelids. Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do. Today I brought the reference, so I'm just going to put it here so everyone can see it. So yeah, that's what we are trying to achieve. Yeah. So getting that bone structure. So you want to bring this out. And I don't want to go too far to the face because this is it's just to adjust the skull, and this mesh is a bit too dense. So no, usually what you do is like you would do all this structure foundation in your block out. So when you start adding this, it just work together. But we're just jumping in and just creating all this part and how you are going to sculpt this other aspect of the eye. So let's just go back to creating the eye and just mirror and weld. So we have this. Let's just check. Let's put it in deep a bit. Maybe mirror and weld that. So what people usually do, there are different methods in creating the eyelid. You could use the topology brush. You could use the curved tube. I'm just going to use the popular method, which is like you just duplicate the mesh, the eyes, and just use like a knife brush and just cut it. Yeah. And mirror weld this. And so what we can do now is center this and turn this up. And what I like to do is like just reduce the mesh so it's low enough for me to actually start pulling down the eyelids. So with zero measure, I just like pull the mesh down so we can make him have like a lazy eyes, and just make sure your symmetry is on. So we have this. So what usually happens is this goes up all the time and this comes down like this. Yeah. And so we're trying to get that shape. So you can put it on same and just zero mesh it so that it just works. Like it restructures this topology so it just works well for you. So that's good. So we can do that again by just duplicating this and using our knife brush again, and this time we're going to do it this way. Oops, what is happening? Okay, yeah, this is better. So and just bring this down a bit. Mirror weld on your symmetry. So what I'm doing right now is just pulling this thing to just form the eyelids. We can You can pull this down a bit, and let's half this. Zero mesh, zero mesh, and zero mesh. Yeah, it's always good to work with low poly when adjusting your mesh. So now we have like something for the eyes. So basically this is the eyes, but it's not done yet. We still have to, shape this aspect, which is the fat under the eyes. So if we should look into this, there's this fat down here, and that's what we want to do. We want to create the fat under the eye socket. So that actually gives the structure to the eye. So if you should just like mesh this together and like clean this up, it's still not going to look right. So we just want to go back here and get our clay build up and just get that fat there under the eyes. So that's going to help with the structure of the eyelids and help with that shape I was telling you about. You can see that shape is coming. It's coming. The shape, it's like a upside. It's like a V. It goes like this. I think I have something better. Yeah. You see, this shape is what we're gonna, and that's because of this fat here. So we want this fat to help shape the eyes, because the eyes is not just the eyelid and the eyeballs, it's everything. So even down to this aspect, which is like where the eye socket stops, and that actually gives the structure of your character. And the cheekbone is down here, and it goes this way. This is somewhat like a top anatomy class. You need to actually study your anatomy. I study anatomy. I don't know their names. I just like study the flow of the bones, the muscle and fat, and those are very important in actually designing your character. So now we just for this aspect we need to dig it, because it actually goes from here. Let's just create a what should I call it, like a plane to like a direction. So this goes to the nose here. This goes to the nose. So now we can dig a little bit here. And this is all part of designing the eyes, because a lot of tutorials just design the ball on one flat plane, and I don't think that's what the eyes is all about. The eyes is everything. Everything is connected in the face, and if you don't do that, it's just not gonna look right. So just dig this, and as you can see, everything just start coming together. So okay, let's just adjust this. Just adjust the shape. Let's bring this forward a bit, because I think I dig too deep. So just bring it forward a bit. Yeah, that's it. So you just clean this up by just doing this. So we have the fat here, we turn here, we have that shape, because it's somewhat like a baby character. So let's give it some puffy cheeks. I'm just using move tool, nothing fancy. So we have that shape, we have the eyes, and now we can say we have eyes basically. So everything works well. The eyebrow can sit here, and that's it. So now let's mesh this together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to increase subdivision a bit, and just delete lower. So before I merge, so I'm just going to merge down, Okay, and I'm going to mesh this down to the head. So now they are one. So just and remesh by union. So what this is going to do is just boolean both of them together. That way, oops, that way, if you come closer, you can see they're boolean together. They're all stitched together. So that way, when we change the topology, it just flows. So when I come down here to my poly size and I like reduce it a bit, so you can see it's all meshed together as one. So we can now like smooth this in. Smooth. So you don't want to smooth so bad. So what you can do, you can just start smoothing by holding shift and clicking and leave smooth, and it just helps like smoothing it without like destroying your shape. Yeah. So now you can come with your geo soft brush or your damp standard and like maybe like adjust this a bit and turn on your lazy brush up and just follow that shape and follow that shape and basically you got the eyes of this character, and that's how I sculpt my eyes basically. So I'm just going to start refining the face with the damn standard just to you get the shape. Adjust this character because I think this nose should be this way. Yeah, pretty much. Now I can start increasing subdivision. Yeah, that's like 500. Oops. And just start adding details. This is when you can now start playing because you have your foundation. So you can now start playing with the shape and making it better. Yeah. So guys, I hope you learned something, and it's already 18 minutes. God damn, oh, shit, this was a slow one. Yes. So what I'm doing now is just using like geo brush to just creasing. I always say the detailing is actually the easy part. The hard part is the blocking. So you should actually work on your blocking and first. I hope you guys are still watching. I'm done with the eyes, so you can leave the video. I'm just making all the shapes. You can go now. Go practice. Go practice eyes and send me the results on Instagram, Twitter. Handle is below. And I'll see you in the next one. Maybe I'm going to do years next. I mean, I'll just cut off this and do years. So please, if you want to see that, please let me know, and I will make one because I want to make a lot of this. Yeah, and this is a beautiful sculpt, and we got everything. I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting, and thanks for everything. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.